Hi everyone, and welcome to the Mat 211 review of basic probability. My name is Julia, and I work for the tutoring centers at ASU. So, a meteorologist has predicted that there is a 50% chance of rain, a 20% chance of snow, and a 10% chance of both. So both rain and snow. What is the probability that it neither rains nor snows? So this means it doesn't rain and doesn't snow. So first things first, let's label our different events here. Let's call A that it rains. And let's call B that it snows. Now you could use any letters you'd like here, but I'm going to go with A and B. You might also use R and S, that would be totally fine as well, or whatever you're comfortable with. Now, let's think about how this lies, kind of how our probability lies here. So if we, again, go back to our trusty Venn diagram here, and we make two lumpy looking circles, and one of these is A and one of these is B, then we know that this portion in here is A, the intersection of A and B, so that's A intersect B, which would be the chance of both. So then our probability of A intersect B is 0.1 or 10%. So if we just convert that, we know that our probability of A, if A is rain, is going to be 0.5, and our probability of B is going to be 0.2. And those come from just the rain, just the snow. So now this whole probability here, the whole kind of like sideways figure 8 shape here, is going to be our probability of A or B. And notice that there's this area on the outside. So let me switch colors here. So kind of all this area outside of our little figure 8 shape here, and it goes all the way around. And that area is going to be the probability of not A nor B, because neither A or B happened during that time. So in our case, it neither rains nor snows in this area out here. So that's important because we know that the whole area here, this whole like rectangular that we're drawing here, its probability has to sum to 1. So this means that the probability of A intersect B plus the probability of, I'll say not A, so that's one way of saying not A is this little tick here, and not B, or we could use a plus here. Sometimes people use pluses too, or an intersect. That all has to equal 1. So either intersect or plus are also ways of showing this, but I wanted to write it out so it's clear. So what we're looking for is this quantity here, and we know that the whole thing has to equal 1. And so what we want to find first is the probability of A or B, and A union B here. So remember that we have this rule. Probability of A union B is equal to the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the probability of A intersect B. Okay? So we can use this to solve for this guy, because we have the values for probability of A. Well, we know that that's 0.5. So that's the probability of rain. And we know that the probability of B, which is the probability of snow, is 0.2 or 20%. So we'll say 0.2 here. And then we're going to subtract from that the probability of both rain and snow, which is our 10% probability here, or 0.1. And if we do the math on that, this means that we end up with 0.6. So now we can substitute this into our equation here. So let me erase some of my scribbling here. Boop, boop. So we've got the probability of A union B is 0.6, and that's the probability of rain or snow, plus the probability of not A and not B, which is the probability that it doesn't rain and it doesn't snow. And we know that equals 1. So then all we have to do is subtract 0.6 from both sides to isolate our probability of not A and not B. And that gives us probability of A not and B not is equal to 1 minus 0.6, which is 0.4. So this is the probability that it neither rains nor snows. Note that it's helpful to draw our little Venn diagram here on the left, because that allows us to kind of visualize our probability a little bit better and get a feel for what sort of quantity we're looking for. So that's our answer, 0.4. Before I go, I just want to remind you all that if you're looking for any additional academic support or tutoring at ASU, please visit the Tutoring Center's website, tutoring.asu.edu, to find all of our resources. Additionally, if you're looking for tutoring services for your specific course, you can use our tutor search tool, which you can find on our main website or by going directly to it at this full link here. So thanks so much and have a great rest of your day.